Hey guys, welcome back to Electrodynamix. We're not gonna get any progress. We may get progress. I feel like even just jumping over 3 of those spikes that have got me stuck. That was an awful death. I need to rotate my monitor a little bit because it's slightly askew to how I want it. Since I move a lot of my setup when I play Fortnite, because I need much more space to move the mouse around so I can actually move. Because I don't use the mouse very much when I play games. As this game, mouse doesn't move. There's Isaac, the mouse isn't even used. The controls in that game are kind of weird, and that's why I wasn't very good at the game when I first played. And probably why most people aren't great when they first start. Wrapping your mind around using arrows to shoot, and you got to choose all different directions while trying to dodge stuff. I wonder how I'm actually gonna perform when I go back to the game. I don't know. I'm interested to find out. I feel like that's gonna be weird. But yeah, what was I talking about? Stuff. Oh yeah, I feel like just jumping over a couple of spikes at the bit that's got me stuck may be enough to get me progress, which would be nice, because then at least I would have some progress. But in the past 3 videos, I've just gotten the same distance over and over again, just by hitting those spikes, making it no further each time, just hitting the spike, not even getting over 1. If I even jumped, which is the annoying thing, I just need to jump. All I need to do is jump, just hold the button, which is what I did on the last 2 attempts. It's just not working, and it's irritating. But, and by hold the jump button the other 2 times. That's not quite what I did the other 2 times. But just before I hit the floor, I clicked and sort of held it for a little bit of time before letting go. And it's not quite jumped. I didn't have the foresight to just be hold the button, hold my beer. This now what happens. But now, if I get to that bit, I am holding the button, if I remember. So, as long as I remember, the button is being held, and hopefully, we can make the magic happen. That was a bit lucky. Oh, I clicked slightly early on that bit, because what I like to do on that bit, as soon as you go over the edge, just click manically. But I was clicking slightly before the edge, and that's irritating, because that's an easy bit. It's an easy bit, it's just, I did something prematurely, and that made me do it poorly. Screw that bit in the butt. Okay, no. Step back a bit. Look at the mouse. Middle of the screen. How did I... somehow, I clicked on the tab and swiped it away and got it to go away. Magically. I don't quite know how I did it, but apparently I did it. I don't even know how I managed it. I must have clicked on the tab and then move my mouse really quickly somehow, even though my mouse didn't even move an inch. That was a bad line. That was a really bad line. Yeah, I don't know. I somehow managed to come off of the I have no idea. I'm trying to hypothesize how it happened, and I'm coming up short every time. Every single time. And I apologize as well for the last episode being so long. I was realizing towards the end, this is getting a bit long. But I wanted to finish my story on how cigarettes are really, really stupid. And whoever invented them, as much as they've made many people probably quite happy, they've also ruined lots of people's lives. Which, wasn't necessarily their fault. That wasn't their intention. They didn't know about the implications of cigarettes at the time. But I just wish people would Like, I wish more people would work towards prevention than people making cigarettes, honestly. I don't even understand, like, why people would do drugs. Like, the three things. Alcohol, cigarettes, drugs. There's top three things I will never do. Cigarettes, gone over it. They're not good for you. They waste money. They have a high chance of giving you cancer and other people around you, which, you know, have fun with that guilt. And alcohol, we've gone over that as well. How I actually just don't like alcohol, so that's great. And I haven't gone over drugs yet. And drugs is one that's like, if I'm ever offered any, just no. I don't understand what, like, I always thought people would get into drugs by being like, yeah, I'll buy the drugs. They just find a man one day who offers them stuff for money. They buy the thing, but no, apparently sometimes they're like, hey, here, kid, have this. And the kid has the thing, and then they get addicted to it, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I need more. So my parents are always paranoid, like, oh, if someone ever offers you something, don't take it, Mr. Boy Andrew person. Don't do it, child. Timmy. Yes, Timmy. I love that name. I love that name for stories like this. It's just so perfect. Just, hey Timmy, don't take the thing. Just leave that person, don't talk to them, don't take what they offer you. It's not good. It's not good. So, you know, I never did, and I never even came into a situation like that. And I don't understand why anyone would take it. Like, you know, hey, drugs, they can cause addictions, they can cause, like, it's the same problem with the cigarettes. It causes, you get addicted really easily. Like, alcohol has that problem as well. You can get alcohol addiction, and it's called being an alcoholic. I think my dad's an alcoholic. There was always freaking beer in the fridge when he was here. Because that sounds like he's dead. He's not dead, he's moved out. Since parents split, you know, it's 21st century, sort of the rules. Parents are not allowed to be together anymore. I know that's not actually how it works, it's just that seems to be how it is. I was one of the only people in middle school that actually had their parents together. There was like 2 or 3, I think there was 2 boys in the entire class that had their parents together, and that was me and one of my friends. His are still together, mine are not. And I don't know about many of the other people, because, you know, back then, it's like, ew, girl germs, because it's middle school. And everybody's stupid and thinks gay is a bad thing. Which now irritates me really badly. I'm not even gay, I just defend it. Because, you know, like, people, you'd probably get mad at people for being racist, and you're kind of no better in any way, if you think about it. Like, you're discriminating against gay people instead of people being a different colour, just for liking different people. It's not affecting your life or ever. Oh, it just irritates me so much, I apologise. But still, back to the subject, like, the drugs can cause addictions, it can cause much worse illnesses, apart from, like, the cancer thing. Some may even cause cancer, I don't know, like, depending on how you have the drugs, because some need to be injected, some you put in your face and nose, some you smoke, which I assume can also cause lung cancers, because it's still technically smoking, but it's worse, I would very much assume, since, like, you know, it's illegal. And yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs, smoking, or alcohol, please. Because, like, maybe when you're old enough, you can have a little bit of alcohol in your parties. Because you'll be old enough, that's fine. Smoking, please don't. It's, like I've said, a waste of money. It's not good for your health. I was clicking very slowly. Why is my tab moved? Why is my tab moved? That's how that works. I'm moving my... Oh, God. Okay, I've changed the size of my window, so, okay. There's some black lines at the bottom, or top and bottom, which I dislike. Come on. That seems okay to me. Sorry. I realized like the whole tab had moved a lot and changed size. So I decided to change that. But yeah, stuff and things. What was I talking about? I suck. That's what I'm talking about. No. Drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. Don't take drugs. Don't accept drugs if you're offered it. Don't get involved with it. Like, talking about the Jeremy Kyle show again. The amount of people on there that just say, yeah, I smoke weed. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like, you know that it's illegal, right? Yeah, but I still smoke it. Like, why would you smoke it, for starters? Waste of money, you're stupid, waste of time, bad for you. You're an idiot, basically. And then you say it on national television. Like, you know, the police could just go to your house and be like, hey, are these yours? And then be like, no, it's my house, but it's not mine. Or just say, yeah, and then be like, okay, we'll take these, you'll get a fine, ha 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 dee ha dee ha. Like, just why? I don't understand why people smoke or take drugs, apart from the addiction side. So don't even get involved. You understand that it... Oh, for God's sake. You understand that it will... Well, I assume you understand. It seems very common information to understand that it causes addictions and stuff, and all these horrible illnesses and cancers and stuff. Like, you should know. So why bother? Like, sure, it was given to me for free. I'll use it. Oh wait, no, now I want more. What do I do? Let's go spend all my money on this and watch my life slip away. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Like, I'm not going to talk about it anymore because it's probably be boring, blah blah blah. But still, just don't. I don't understand people that take it. I don't understand people that get involved. And apart from like police to like crack down on it. Haha, crack down. Drugs, so funny. Sorry. I went quiet for a second because brain was like, your nail. You need to bite the nail. Bite the nail. Because, like I've said before, I'm not addicted to biting my nails. It's not gonna flip back around on me being the bad guy because, oh, you have an addiction. No, it's just a habit. It's one of my habits. Everyone has habits. It's just how people work. Like, whether it be from childhood, just from habits. It's just the term, you're having it from habit. Just, you do a thing, you get a habit of doing a thing, you do the thing more, blah-de-blah-de blah. Habit is formed. Yeah, it's just one of my habits. I don't really have many habits. That's like the only one, as far as I know at least. Just, I bite my nails. It's not that bad of a habit in my opinion. Like, I don't remember the last time I cut my nails. Like, that sounds gross and horrible, but I don't understand. Like, this is a thing that has confused me for a long time. People seem to get massively grossed out by fingernails or toenails after they've been cut off. Like, if you showed someone a handful of nail clippings, they'd probably be like, ew, that's gross. Why? How? Who? Why? You are stupid. What is wrong with you? Like, how is it any more gross than it being on your finger in the first place? It is the exact same thing, just shorter and removed from your body because it is too long and an inconvenience. How is it in any way gross? I don't understand. Like, just think about it. It's just keratin. It's the stuff that's in your freaking hair. It's just... blah. People are weird. But, like, you gotta understand me. You gotta understand. Like, if you're one of those people, please, explain to me what the gross part is. I am interested. Because it's a nail. It's fine. It's not gonna kill you. If you think it's not clean, go wash your hands if you touched it. You do that if you touch anything else dirty, don't you? No? Well, that's your problem, not mine. You need to sort of do that thing so you don't get ill and stuff, and good luck to you. That bitch is a butthole. Gosh darn it. What else? Oh yeah, earlier, talking about gross things, and people that are really petty and stupid. There's this show in Britain called Come Dine With Me, where just 4 or 5, I can't remember the number because I don't really watch the show that much, it just is occasionally on. But there's like 4 or 5 people that don't know each other, that sign up for the show, like loads of people sign up for the show, I assume, but it's a very British show. It's not that British, but still. It's basically, people they sign up to the show, and then they get the 5 people, I assume that, my brain, no, it didn't like that. I clicked on all the things, it didn't work very, very clearly at all. And I don't understand how you actually get out of that section, since I jumped at the end thinking, oh, I don't see a way out, and it didn't do anything. And I still died. Maybe the jump is what killed me, I don't know. But still. There's 5 people, like, they go to each other's house over the 5 days in a week, and they cook each other meals. So 4 people go to one person's house the first day. That one person makes everybody meal, like a 3-course meal. They give them entertainment, they rate each other, and then they just do that throughout the week. Each person ends up cooking for all the other people. And then whoever gets the most points at the end, like, each person rates them and, like, says, yes, you get this number for being this good and having entertainment and having nice food and stuff. And then the person at the end of the week that got the most points wins £1,000 for cooking other people's food and eating other people's food. But yeah, there was this guy that I saw tonight on the show that was the most irritating person that I have ever seen on the show. And that is probably a lie, because I've seen a lot of people on that show that just annoy me. One second, I want to kind of focus on this bit. Oh, I clipped the spike. God damn it. But yeah, there was this guy that was really annoying. That basically, the cook that night, he needed to sneeze. So he got his napkin, stood up, went to the side, and sneezed. Using the napkin. Because he had nothing else, and just had a random sneeze out of nowhere. Which I thought was nice. He got up out of his chair, so people wouldn't have to, like, just watch over him as he's sneezing. And I thought it was nice. He got up out of the way, so it wouldn't cause, like, anything. And then this one guy at the table is like, oh my god, that is so rank, and starts gagging and retching, and eventually goes to the bathroom and is sick. And I'm like, what is your problem? This man needed to sneeze. What else do you want him to do? Do you want him to sneeze all over his food? No. He got the napkin, covered his nose and face, and sneezed. so it wouldn't cause anyone else a problem. And he got up out of your way to do it, so it would be even less of a problem for people. I thought he was being incredibly polite. And this guy is just sitting there like, oh my god, that was really rank. And then it starts retching and stuff, and eventually goes and is sick in this man's toilet. And I'm just there, just like, you are why I don't like people. Like, what would you do in that situation? Like, oh yes, you're not allowed to sneeze anymore. Oh. Well, I'm sorry, but I sort of have to sneeze, so I apologize, but, you know, humans sneeze sometimes. Our noses get extremely agitated occasionally, so we have to sneeze. It's just how we work. I didn't know there was a rule against sneezing. Sorry, but I just hated that guy. He was so annoying. Sometimes you get other people on that show that are extremely petty. Like, just one little thing will be said and they'll just walk out. And, like, I think on one of the shows, since all these meals are, like, at the person's house, so they have all their stuff. And one time, I think, like, they didn't win, so they just told everyone to get out of their house. And I was like, that's not really being a good loser at all. Like, just accept that. Oh, that I bounced off the thing at the bottom, and it made it so I had no downwards momentum at all. So when I started clicking, it just put me straight upwards into that thing. Oops. But yeah, they just told everyone to get out, and I was like, that's not polite at all. Just, like, you didn't win, get over it, read out the winner, and be happy for them. You're meant to have bonded over this 5-day period, not just been in it just for the money. Even though that's like the only reason people probably sign up. But still. Like, don't be that guy. Pardon me. Like, I've seen it where people have won, like not won, and then there's the person that's winning, it's like, yay! And then it goes to like a little interview with each individual person saying like, oh yeah, I'm glad that that person won, they did really good on their night, and they totally deserve the money. And then there's some people that are really irritating, that are just like, well, I did my best, I don't know why I didn't win, but they did well, I guess. I'm like, you're phrasing it in a way where you're trying to sound nice, but you're actually just a massive a massive D, not a knee. You're just a massive D. Like, what's your problem? Like I just said with the other person, you didn't win. I understand you did your best. Your best clearly was not good enough. I apologize, but you didn't win. And then they're like, well, I did my best. Like, there's another thing. Usually on baking shows, I see people like really happy for each other, because, you know, you don't want to look bad on TV or anything. You can complain in your own time. Like, I would be perfectly fine with complaining in their own time on this show as well. After being nice. It's sort of what I would expect, to be honest. Like, not to say complaining either, just like, oh, I didn't win. I wonder where it all went wrong. And then they actually say it on the show. It's like, wow, you just said that in front of a lot of people watching this show. Well done. Yeah, there was this show, I think it's called Cake Wars, that was on TV. And I don't think I've seen a person on that show that's been happy for the other person that's won. Because basically, it's these amazing cake bakers that they bake really nice cakes, and then they make really tall works of art out of cake. And it's a competition, like whoever does the best, there's 3 or 4 judges, they vote, and it's like, yeah, these people win. But sometimes you'll see it, they'll hug it out and be like, yeah, well done, you did good. Sometimes they'll just sigh to themselves and like cry after the other people win. That was an awful death. But then when it goes to the interview, to be like, okay, yeah, this is like saying or seeing how they feel about it. I've never seen one that hasn't been like, wow, I did my best and I lost. I don't understand what's going through the judges' heads right now. But because I like did my best, I'm like, we understand you did your best, but don't you understand? People can have an opinion, and their opinion was you were good. You were good. You just weren't quite good enough. They're not saying that you were bad. Just please accept that you lost and be okay with it. I genuinely don't think on that show I've seen anyone that's accepted it. And the worst part is, it's an American TV show, and all the British ones, they're usually nice, and then there's these other people that annoy me that I mentioned before. But in this show, it's American, and it's given America a bad name, honestly, in competitions. Like, I'm not saying I feel like all Americans are like this and are all whiny if they lose. I'm just saying it's giving you a bad name if stuff happens. Like, the presenter, he can be a little bit of a douche sometimes. I assume it's just like how he's meant to be doing his job, but whenever, like, it starts off with multiple cake baker people, and it ends up being 2 at the end. But in the meantime, when you that was awful there. Yeah, when you have all these other people in the competition before you get to the final 2, when someone goes out, he's like, they don't even say congratulations, but you weren't the best. You did the worst this time. Congratulations for making it this far. Goodbye. He just says, you're done in this cake war, and then they walk off, sometimes in tears. I'm like, that's a harsh way to send them off. Like, don't you think? If I was the presenter, I wouldn't want to say that. I would just sound horrible. I would want to be like, you've done great, your cakes are amazing, but the other the better. Like, well done, but goodbye. But no, it's just, you're done, get out, I will show you the door. It just sounds so mean. And then there's the British TV shows. Like, I'm not saying all Americans like this. I'm just saying, then there's the British TV shows that I know, it's just like, oh yes, so polite. And then there's this occasionally people like, oh, you're not nice. Because we have bad people too, because we're British. Like, there's 2 kinds of British person. There's the classic, very polite person that's mildly posh in a way. And then there's people like, alright, you want some? I'll nut you one. There's those people. No one likes those ones. We don't speak of those anymore. But yeah, then there's the nice people that they're all posh and fancy. Those people I don't tend to like that much, because, you know, the thing is, there's a fine line between being like that, when you're polite and, like, mildly posh, where it's like, you can't have fun anymore. When it's like, when it gets to that point, it's just like, eh. Where it's like, I said like a lot, by the way, but still. It didn't jump, and it got the coin, and you do bounce at that point, and I clicked to try and get out of there, but no, you just bounce. No, I didn't click on the next thing. That was my bad. But yeah, what happens, stuff and things. Words, please. Escape the face. Yeah, you get these gently posh people that are really polite and have all the classic manners of no talking at the dinner table and stuff. And then there's, like, sometimes it's just like, it's not fun. I want to talk at the table. I want to, like, get a chat going. Socialize with the family. Get to know you better. Have a good time. maybe be a little bit silly. But when you're not allowed to, it's like, well, where's the fun? It's like fun is illegal now or something. That's what it feels like, man. That's what it feels like. I'm not actually sad. Yeah, I prefer it to be more like the dinners that I have at my house, where it's just, you sit down, you eat your food, you can talk, you can have TV on. It's fine. It's just, like, it's family time still. You get to watch TV with the family, you talk with the family, it's fine. But it's not at the point of, oh yes, pass the salt there, and then you're not allowed to speak anymore. And then fun time is not fun time because you can't talk. It's not that I don't like those people. I see what they're doing. They're just being like that because it's how they're brought up. Like, being semi-posh and stuff, and using manners and stuff. But come on, it's 21st century. You could still do it, but can you not suck the fun out of stuff? Like, at that point, it's like, oh, but I want to do this. No fun. Fun's not allowed. Oh, but fun. No fun. Fun is banned. Those aren't fun. Get it? Because the fun's that wasn't even meant to be a joke. That was me just saying it wasn't fun, and then realizing what I was saying. I was like, oh, that sort of works in the conversation, I guess. But also just sounds really stupid, considering what I was saying. But still, you know what I mean. You knows what that means. And you may even know people like that. I don't know. But still, they can be fun sappers sometimes. I was about to say, I hope you don't know those people. I'm fine if you know those people. I take it back. You're fine if you know those people. I just hope they don't ruin your fun at any point. Because, like, it's usually stereotypically, like, elderlies that are brought up that way. So, like, sit all around the dinner table, everyone be quiet, everyone be very civilized, sit with your back straight and stuff, no slouching, yada yada yada. But, like, I don't want it to be that way. I know it's how you were brought up. It's like my granddad. Like, it's how you were brought up, granddad, to have this stuff, and, like, no computers. But it's different now. Things have changed. Things are different now. You need to know that. But still, he's stubborn. He's stuck in his ways, which is like the typical elderly thing, in my opinion. Just for them to get stuck in their ways. But you know, he's nice. He takes me golf every now and then. I've said it before, I like golf. I'm proud of liking golf. It's a stereotypical, boring. But I like golf. Like, I have like over 100 golf balls in my cupboard right now. No joke. Just from, like, my childhood. When we used to go golf, and occasionally you'll find golf balls that people never found when they were playing. They, like, hit a ball, they couldn't find it, they play another one, or they go home because they forgot to bring an extra one. So then, occasionally you find it, it's like, yay, a free thing. Here's a story. Once, because we go to this, we have 2 golf courses that we go to. One of them is right next to, I think it might be a high school, and they have like a football field right next to the golf place. So once, when I was searching for golf balls in this hedge, I found a football, and it wasn't even ruined. It was an amazing football. Like, it was a really, really nice football from this school place thing. It might have been a university or a college, I don't know. But still, I was in the hedge, and I was like, I found a ball, family, but It's not what you're gonna be expecting. No, come out and like it's in a thorn bush, so you have to pluck a few of those out. But it hadn't pierced the ball to the point where it's deflating. It just pierced like a little bit around the edge. And that was a really nice football. It was really nicely pumped up. It was a good football. I loved that thing. So many good times with that. I think I also found a golf ball in my hedge at the same time. But yeah, like I said, I've found a lot of golf balls. And the greatest part is, I've sold a few of them. Like, to people that also want to play golf. So that's a good thing about playing golf. You can go around, play golf, and if you find any golf balls, you can make a little bit of money back. Just sell the golf balls like extremely cheap because you literally got them for free. There's a few golf balls that are like kind of sentimental to me as well. And you may be like, oh, it's stupid, but still, it's like, imagine it like a stamp collection. Or like you collect things as a child. That's kind of like it was for me. Because I feel like I still remember the first time I was ever taken to golf. Because I remember my dad hit the golf ball. My granddad hit the golf ball. And when I went, like when he told me to go find the ball, I found it and then picked it up. And he was like, no, it's not what you do in golf, it's not what you do in golf. So I put it back down to where it was. So I could still see like the little partition in the grass where it landed. But yeah, like I remember that in my head, in my brain hole. I can remember that happening. And I feel like if I'd been golf before, I would have remembered that's not how you play golf. So I feel like I remember the very first time I went golf. And that must have been like 10 years ago. So golf is pretty nostalgic for me. So I have some like sentimental times. And the golf balls and memories from playing. And it's nice. It's nice. That bit. What happened there is I held the button to go up, tried to release and then click slightly afterwards, but I didn't quite release enough pressure off of the click. So I think I like had just enough pressure to still be holding it down, so it just went straight into the ceiling and died. Which doesn't feel great, but fine. Oh, straight into the ceiling and died. What did I just say? God damn it. But yeah, stuff and things and golf. And I like golf, and it's fun, and you should give it a go. Like, it's great fun just to bring out the golf club and smack the ball really hard. It's like, it can be stress relief as well. You're just hitting things really hard and not getting in trouble for it. Plus, it's a game. Plus, if you play as a child, it's even more fun. And when I have a child, I want to take them golf. I want to see if they enjoy golf. It's good. You can even like take a picnic with you if you want. Sit in the nice grass. Have some like drinks. Have a meal. Could be nice. Trouble is, you're gonna get a lot of ants in your food. I remember once my mum took me, since my dad has left now. And my mum took me golf, and we took a bag with a couple of refreshments in it because occasionally, like, it was a hot day, so you're gonna need a drink going round since golf can take sometimes between an hour to 2 hours. So we had to take drinks in the bag. Picked up the bag. Oh, you nutsack! I always die on the top of it. Always. But yeah, we took the bag and we laid it down on one of the holes for me to go and like tee up, get ready, have a practice swing, then hit the ball. Pick the bag back up, and then the bag is full of ants. Like, we weren't watching the bag because we just laid the bag down until we needed to pick it up again. So when we picked it up, the bag was full of ants because we had drinks in there and I had juice, so the juice was clearly sweet, and the ants liked that, so the ants went for that. So I think we like them eventually binned the bag and just carried the drinks after we had rid them of the ants. Ouch. But yeah, we got rid of that. I remember that very not vividly, but still. I have so many memories from golf, man. Like, one time I remember we went to a different golf course, which is the second one that I spoke about, and it started raining, and we found this little frog under a tree, and I went and said, hey, I think I can catch it. I want to catch it. And I think my granddad or dad was like, you're not going to catch it. And I caught it and was like, hey, look, a frog. They're like, well done. And I put the frog down, and then the frog scurried off into the undergrowth and was very happy. Because I was that sort of child that loved the outdoors. Like, I really like the outdoors. So I was fine picking up a frog. It's just a frog. Who cares? It's a bit slimy. It's a frog. Who cares? It's not going to kill me. It's just cute and small and adorable. So yeah, I bonded with a frog that day. No. There's this other time that we were in like a really huge thunderstorm. Like, it was loud as hell when our thunder went off. And we were playing golf. We kept going because it's golf. You just put a hood on. It's Britain, so it's very rainy. We're very used to it. We just put a coat on, put our hoods up, kept playing. Conditions a little bit more slippery and such, but we were fine with it. Perfectly fine. We're British. We understand how to handle a little bit of rain, even if it is a thunderstorm. The only thing that I regret from that situation is that we took shelter under trees, and since that I've learned, do not go under trees in a thunderstorm because they conduct the electricity, so you might not have the best time with that if the electricity happens to pick your tree. It wouldn't go great, but I'm okay. I've never been hit by lightning. The closest thing to that is when I accidentally a couple of weeks ago, I think I actually mentioned this, but yeah, a couple of weeks ago, tried to change the light bulb, and the light bulb thing wasn't turned off, and then I zapped myself, and my finger went numb. That's the closest thing I've had. So, not really at all. But yeah, that's how that went. What other memories do I have from golf? I remember this time on one hole, there was, like, I used to really like this hole. I keep saying hole, and it probably sounds wrong, but in golf, that's just the term for the thing you fire the ball into. Yeah, I remember this one where I got the ball in the hole after 2 shots, and this isn't, like, your crazy golf. This is, like, it's not, like, entire, like, 1,000,000-mile shots like they do in the, like, TV shows of golf and stuff with Tiger Woods. It's just pitch and putt, you hit the ball, it's like over 100 meters away, usually at like the longest. There's this hole, and I like got the ball in 2, my granddad and dad got it in like 5 each, and I was like, oh, I did so good. And it felt great, and I think I've only ever beaten my granddad once while playing golf. Since he has many years under his belts, and he has even more golf balls than I do. I remember he once found, this is a memory, I remember once he found this really, really nice golf ball on the final hole of one of the courses, just in a bush. And it had like a picture of a boat on it, and it was very nice. I don't think he's ever used it, he's just kept it safe and pristine. It was very nice. So yeah, I once found one that said Hawaii on it, so I had a feeling it was from Hawaii, because I don't think you'd just find a random golf ball with the word Hawaii on it. Like, I think it was a club ball in Hawaii, so I was like, wow, someone clearly like took this on holiday and didn't find it. So I was like, that's cool. It was like a Hawaiian golf club or something. Oh, I looked away. That's not intelligent idea. But yeah, golf is good fun. I used to be a really, really sporty kid. Have I ever mentioned this? Like, in the tiny, tiny baby school before you go to middle school, tiny baby one, I was playing tennis because it was like a tennis day at school. And everyone was playing tennis and having a good time. And apparently, I don't really remember this too well, but apparently, like, a coach said, like, I was actually, like, pretty good for my age and wanted to sign me up for their club and, like, teach me how to become, like, really good tennis player. And I turned it down because I was a tiny child, and all I cared about then was, like, TV and, yeah, just TV, pretty much. I was a very small child. TV and, like, trampolines, because we had a trampoline, and it was freaking awesome. So yeah, I turned that down, and now I'm like, God, I was an idiot. And I'm pretty sure that happened with football as well, since I used to be, like, pretty good at football, if I don't mind saying it, and I don't, because I used to be pretty good. I remember at our school, and this is now up to the middle school, I used to play football for the football team, and I think we had practice every Friday. And I used to, like, I think I was in every single football match we ever had against other schools, apart from one. And that's going through 3 whole years. Whether it be at our school, which was very rare, or at another school, which we had to be taken to, I played every single one apart from one match. Because that was in the final year of school, or final year we had at that school. So, you know, I was older at that point and didn't really go to the football things that much, like the practice. And when you don't go to the practice, sometimes they don't want to have you on the team for the thing. So, like, I missed a lot of football practice by, like, just being forgetful or wanting to just be with my friends on those days. So, like, I even still got into the teams then a lot of the time. It's just, like, towards the end of school, like I said, like, we just didn't do it, like, almost at all. I remember that in our, like, final years at that school, or our final year at that school, like, probably the final 4 months, like, the entire class would always, when it's not rainy, go on the field and play football. That was great fun. Just, like, the entire class of, like, 20 people would just play. Just have a kick about. It was a good time. It was really fun. I used to freaking love sports, man. Trouble is now, like, socializing isn't fun because, you know, people judge you more. Because, you know, you care more about what people think of you. Now, and back then, it's like, yeah, it's just football, go play with the things. I remember once I was also going to go into a football club. There goes the clip again. Yeah, I was once going to be in a football club. And we were, like, right near a main road. So the instructor had to, like, shout really loud so people would hear us. And I started crying. He scared me. Because my dad, he used to shout a lot, and that used to scare me as well, because I wasn't used to shouting that much in my family. So shouting used to severely scare me. So when that guy was shouting instructions like, yeah, go over here, we play football, we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna split into teams and stuff, I'm gonna practice and do these things, I just broke down in tears and went and hugged my mum. Because I was, like, freaking scared of the shouty man I'd never met before. I remember there was this one child there with, like, fuzzy hair. And, like, because they went into, like, this little, I was gonna say metal cage, but that sounds terrifying. Just this chain link area where the ball, like, wouldn't fly into traffic. Not that it was, like, next to the road anyway, but still, it was in this chain linked area, so the ball would hit that instead of, like, flying into the distance where people have to chase it. And, like, he was on the other side, like, actually playing while I was just sitting there hugging my mum, terrified of the man. And he would talk to me, and we socialized. And that was the only time I think I'd ever, like, seen him. And we never saw each other since I never went back. That guy terrified me. I remember at school once as well, we had a very, very strict, like, this is in high school, we had a very strict, high school teacher, that did science. Like, we had a few very strict teachers. She was one of them. She was the sweetest thing, but if you did not bring your homework in or irritated her during class, she would shout. And she knew how to shout. She really knew how to shout. Sorry, I'm choking on the fear. Yeah, this one time, I knew I took my homework in. Either the day before that or on that day. Which was like one of the final days you could take it in. And actually no, like, if I took it in on that day, it would have been the final day. If it was the day before, it would have been the day before the final day. I took it in, spent a lot of time on it, and then she shouted at the people that didn't bring the homework in, and I was apparently one of them. And I was crying after that. And crying is not a thing you want to do in high school. Like, that's not cool. Especially when you're a dude. Like, if you're a chick, dudes then are like, oh, this is a pretty girl, I want to like make her feel better so then she'll love me and I can get the boobs and she can get the D. That's just how high school works. It's just how it works. So, like, I was crying in my chair. Like, I did so much work though. And then eventually she finds it, like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, it's okay, the work's right here, because, like, stuff, but it wasn't that bad crying that day. I think I got quite lucky, because, there was a girl next to me, and she was like, oh, dude, why are you crying, you okay? And I was like, I just did so much work in this thing, and, like, I know I brought it in, I don't know where it's gone, like, if she can't find it. And she was like mildly comforting me. Like, she was a girl I never really spoke to or socialized with. She was mildly intimidating in the way of, like, she was typical. She was like she was one of the pretty ones, you know, that are sort of popular and have their own social groups and stuff. I was basically like out of her league. I was out of her league. Didn't really have any interest in her in that way either, so it was fine. But yeah, she was out of my league, but she was being nice to me, and it felt weird because we never really talked before. But she was like, "Oh, what's wrong? You okay?" And I remember that. I remember her being like that and being like, "Oh, you're nice." I never said that because that would be mean, but still. I was not the nicest child in high school though, because, you know, you go through changes, and I was okay with my social status, not one of the cool kids that people in higher years will go and talk to and be like, hey, yeah, it's you, you're cool and stuff. I was just sort of, I could hang out with the cool guys in my class, since they were like in my other schools, so they were friends and I knew them and stuff. Then I was introduced to their friends from other schools that went to high school and were in our year group. So I sort of was with those. But I tried to get up the social ladder a little bit at points by being kind of rebellious. So I remember once in French class, we might have had a substitute in that day, I can't remember. But I was like talking to the person next to me, and teacher was like, hey, don't talk, stop talking. And then I ended up talking again, and they're like, okay, move chairs, because you're talking, you're not allowed to do that, I've already spoken to you about this. So I move, and then he's like, where's your bag? And I'm like, I left it there. He's like, go get your bag. I'm like, well, you should have told me to get the bag when I was like moving, shouldn't you? And everyone in the class was like, ooh. Teacher, I don't think said anything after that. I was just being like really sassy to him. And I eventually like went to get the bag. I was like, I don't want to get my bag. I bought my stuff. I don't want my bag. But eventually I went to go get it. Yeah, I became a douche in school. Like that. Like, I remember I made... Since we had these, like, planners that the high school gave us, and loads of other papers that you'd occasionally get, and they give you this, like, little plastic box to put stuff in, that you could put in your bag between classes. And I found a rubber band one day, and decided to, like, attach it to the box, because the box you had to sort of build yourself, because they were like, here's the template for the box, just fold the things where it says to fold the things, and make the box. So we made the box, and in a couple of the gaps, I like wrapped the rubber band around things and got it to make the perfect slingshot. Well, not really a slingshot, but it was really good at firing pencils. Like, you could just put a pencil in. Like, I made so many adjustments to make that work right. But you could put a pencil in it and just fire it, and it'd go directly at the wall. It would not wobble midair. It would go just perfectly straight. Not even a front heavy arrow. So, you know, physics, screw you. I've made something so perfect that not even you can fault me. But yeah, that was really good. And I used to like fire pencils at walls and people. Never teachers. I wasn't that guy, but I'd fire at walls and stuff. And have fun. And I remember like this person I never used to talk to that much, but she was someone that used to get taken out of class occasionally for being bad. Like, the only bad people in that class were the girls, and that surprised me. Like, that's not me saying, oh yeah, girls are bad. That's not me saying, oh yeah, I don't think girls can be bad, because, you know, they're girls. Guys are the bad ones. Girls, they just do their makeup. Ugh. I'm not being that guy. I'm saying it's surprising, because there was 2 girls in our class that always used to cause problems, and we used to have to always, like, once a week, get held back at lunchtime for, like, 10-20 minutes, so that they could just talk to the class, and be like, yeah, like, I think it was the head of our year, like the teacher who sort of is the head of the year or something, was just like, come and talk to us and be like, yes, blah de blah, you're not a good class, blah blah blah, come back in next week and stuff. And they used to just talk to the same 2 people, but they had like stuff, so they had to be taken out of classes every now and then, like I said. So I think they had like anger management and stuff, so they got angry and stuff and blah de blah. But yeah, there was those 2, but one of them like we got to know each other a little bit, and I think she was the one I used to talk to in the class in French, and you know, we became like sort of friends. We never used to talk to each other outside of that class, or like be buddied up in classes for things, but we used to sit next to each other in that class. We used to have a good time in that class because we like had someone to talk to while we learned stuff that we didn't care about. And I don't remember to this day. I don't remember like anything in that class. The only thing I remember French is from middle school, and it's like bonjour, ça va, s'il vous plaît, and I don't know anything more than that. I know a couple of French words, like cat is chat, and that used to make me laugh. I know a little bit of like numbers, isn't it? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, or 6, 9, 10. I think I messed up a little bit in the middle there, but you get the gist. I don't know much more than that. We just used to learn the dumbest things, like, this is an animal. I'm like, I don't care. It's a dog. Dog. Cat. Shat. Dog's not called dog, by the way, but still. I was like, it's dog. I'm probably never going to go to France. I don't really have any interest in France. It's like, if I was going to go somewhere, it probably wouldn't be France. No offense to French people. It's not about that. It's just, I don't know where I'd go if I could choose somewhere to go on Earth. Like, I don't know. There's so many places I feel like people could say, yeah, I definitely want to go there. Part of me wants to say, like, Egypt, because I remember my mum's dad, who is now gone. I think he died, like, just before I was born. But yeah, he apparently went to Egypt once and really wanted to go back, but never was able to, so I'd possibly want to go there. Like, if you want to go back to somewhere, it's clearly good, right? But I don't know. He seemed to enjoy himself, so I could go there and be like, this is for you, Gramps, that I never knew, and stuff. because, like, I have no real interest in going places. Like, there's other reasons why I could go places, like, to conventions and stuff. That's one of the reasons why I'd want to go to America. Like, that's probably the biggest reason why I'd want to go to America, or to, like, meet people and stuff. So I don't really have any other interests in stuff like that. So that's, like, a little bit of a reason, I guess, to go to America. Like, I'm not saying I don't want to go to America, but there's nothing that is shouting at me, hey, come to America. Like, there's New York, and everyone's like, yeah, New York. And I feel like the reason I would go there is for, like, to see the scale of things compared to Britain. Since I live in a little village, just a little tiny rainy village, and then there's, like, a place like New York where there's really tall skyscrapers everywhere. And, like, this is something that I'm going to say is actually, like, really positive about America. And the layouts of the roads and stuff, very square, very, like, probably, it seems like it would work very well, in my opinion. I don't know if it does, but it seems like it would. Final attempt. But yeah, like, we have really weird road systems, and it's all wiggly and stuff, but in New York, isn't it, like, just there's blocks? Like, you just call everything a block because it's literally a block and stuff. Like, that seems like a system that would work really well. Just some blocks and whatnot. I don't know if it does. Never been to America, as you probably have guessed. Bad death. But no progress once again, that sucks. But yeah, I've never been abroad. I've never left England. The furthest I've been from where I live is London, I guess. It's just London. I've been there probably like 4 or 5 times, maybe. A couple of times are free because my dad works on the trains and I got a free pass and I felt all special inside. But yeah, I've never really been anywhere special. But anyways, episode is over. These episodes are getting ridiculously long. I apologize. Didn't get progress in the last 2 videos. It's not good. Next time, though. Next time. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you're still enjoying the series. I know I am. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya!